Hey everyone, I know I haven't uploaded a video in almost a month. Basically, long story short, something really bad happened in early July, so I've been dealing with the aftermath of that, and also work got super busy and stressful this month, so just haven't had a lot of time to do, like the Leninhawk Talk audio ones or anything really. But back in May, I did sign up for the halfway subscription for Vinegar Syndrome, because I usually don't sign up for the regular subscription because that's in Black Friday weekend in November, and at that time I don't have as much disposable income because I'm buying Christmas presents. But when halfway to Black Friday comes in May, more money to spend, so I did. So the July package, so the first month, I mean, there were a couple partner labels that I could still get the code off for in June. I think I bought a couple partner labels in June. But as far as like the first full-on month of Vinegar Syndrome goodness, it arrived. In fairness to FedEx, because I always complain about how FedEx has an estimated delivery date and then they don't deliver the package for like 3 to 5 days after that. This is the first time they've actually delivered Vinegar Syndrome to me earlier than their expected date. It was expected to be delivered tomorrow, Wednesday, and it got here today, Tuesday. So, kudos, credit where credit's due. Without further ado, let's unbox this puppy. Got my Scream knife here. So there's the regular Vinegar Syndrome titles for July that I get as part of the subscription. And then I get you get a code off where you can take some monies, about half off of the MSRP, for partner labels and VSAs and all that good stuff. So I got a couple of partner labels this time as well. So it won't just be the July titles that we're looking at here. You're also going to see I think I got 3 partner labels for this particular month. Here we go. And sheathe the Scream knife for safety, and we are good to go. Alrighty then, let's see what we got. So, well, can't see it because they put some of the meat packing paper in there, but then we got the normal bubble wrap and everything that's in said bubble wrap. Okay, so this just one pouch? Yeah, it's just one. I think it's just one pouch there. So let's look at what we have. So, first up, the Jess Franco 2-pack. Gonna out myself here. I am not the biggest fan of Jess Franco's work, as as wide of a filmography as he has. But this was a 2-pack of 2 60s spy comedies. So I guess it's like Jess Franco's softcore in like Flint type movies or Get Smart type movies. But anyway, they are, I don't think they're connected. Like, I don't think they're part of a series that's sequel. I think it's just 2 films with similar cast overlaps and of the same genre. But one is Kiss Me Monster, you can see on the slip there. And then the other one is 2 Undercover Angels. Unlike some other Jess Franco movies like Shining Sex and stuff, I've heard that these aren't just a TNA soiree or anything, that they're not quite like that. They're mostly just kind of like screwball spy comedies with, a little bit more TNA than you would see in other 60s films. So, anyway, as far as this is the cover here, it's got the 2 Undercover Angels at the front, and then Kiss Me Monster is the bottom. I assume if you flip it over, it'll be the reverse, where Kiss Me Monster would be on the top and 2 Undercover Angels would be on the bottom, similar to the 2-pack for Hard Rock Zombies and Slaughterhouse Rock. But anyway, so what do we have for extras? Oh, 2 Undercover Angels also has 2 other alternate titles. One is Sadist Erotica, which would seem to be a little misleading from what I hear, and then Red Lips, which I think is also the name of a shot-on-video movie that Saturn's Core just put out, if I'm not mistaken. I might be a little bit wrong on that. But, yeah, so that one's about sexy sleuths, and... Oh, no, I guess these are connected, because apparently they're the same characters, Diana and Regina. So, anyway. But, special features. So, 2-disc. This is region-locked, Region A, for those of you outside of North America. Let's see, they're newly scanned and restored in 4K from their 35mm negatives. There's 2 language tracks for both film, English and German. Let's see, there's an alternate feature-length extended Spanish version for both films. They're sourced from tape, with Newsly translated English subtitles sourced from tape, so don't expect the best video quality on those alternate extended editions. Let's see, and then there is The Red Lips Diaries, which is 46 minutes. It is a new interview with author Stephen Thrower on both films. So that's, 23 minutes per film, almost. Stephen Thrower, he definitely knows what he's talking about. I've seen him on extras for Vinegar Syndrome and for Severin, I think more for Severin. But the man is very knowledgeable about what he's talking about. It's good stuff there, so I do like when Stephen Thrower is put on some of the stuff. He had a really good interview on The Boys Next Door, which I had gotten during the last Severin sale. Now let's see, The Case of the Red Lips, 14 minutes, an archival interview with director Jess Franco. Jess's Tangents, 22 minutes, another archival interview with director Jess Franco. Then original trailers for both films, still galleries, etc. So it looks like extras-wise, the alternate versions, even though they're sourced from tape, and the Stephen Thrower very long interview, those seem to be the bulk. Those seem to be the meat of the extras there. So, these may or may not be to my liking. It's not like these aren't titles I would have bought if I didn't have the subscription, but surprises happen. I may like it. And then next we have, I should mention, I wasn't really excited about any of the titles that they announced for July, so that wasn't what I predicated my halfway subscription on. There was other stuff that's coming out later in the year that I was excited about and figured when I ran the math, it seemed like it would be a lot cheaper to just get the subscription, get those titles with a couple extra ones than to go a la carte throughout the half year. Anyway, Shriek of the Mutilated. This is matte finish. Actually, nothing here is embossed. It's just a shiny title for the Shriek there. Shriek of the Mutilated. This is, I believe, a Bigfoot movie. Have not heard the best things about it. I'm not a big fan of the Bigfoot movies. That's why I didn't get Night of the Demon from Severin. So this is another title where it's probably not something I would have picked up on my own if I did not have the subscription. But let's see what we got here. This is from 1974. It is all region, according to the label. Yeah, got a remote cabin and the abominable snowman. So it's Yeti and not Sasquatch or Bigfoot. Well, same creature, I guess, just different climates. I don't know. Let's see. This is newly scanned and restored in 4K from the 35mm negative. There's a brand new commentary track with cinematographer Roberta Finley. It's moderated by film historian Casey Scott. There is a 13-minute interview with Roberta Finley. There's a 22-minute interview with producer and co-writer Ed Adlam. There's a 14-minute segment about the locations, and there's an audio essay by cryptozoology author David Coleman, 30 minutes. I guess it's an audio essay because the cryptozoology guy does not want to be seen on camera, much like the Yeti. Yeah, not terribly looking forward to this one. I've heard some people who have liked it, but more in like a so bad it's good type way. But yeah, could be interesting. I don't know. We'll see. I'll check it out. As usual, once I do watch these movies, as I'm slowly getting through my pile of unwatched movies, if you're interested in what I have to say about any of them, you can follow me on Letterboxd, letterboxd.com/Leninhawk, and you can read all my reviews there. Yeah, so piece by piece by piece, the bodies vanish in Shriek of the Mutilated. Okay. And then we got a partner label here. This is Heavy Metal Parking Lot. So this is actually a compilation of a bunch of short films of this type. And I believe from the same people. But anyway, here is the front of the slipcover, and here is the back of the slipcover. Heavy Metal Parking Lot, it was screened at my local Alamo during VHStival in August of 2019, but I did not go see it. And VHStival is probably not coming back to my Alamo because the guy who ran it, Josh from Lunch Meat VHS, doesn't work there anymore, which sucks. But so VHStival has been at the Mahoning Drive-In since COVID times, and that's probably where it will remain. But this seemed like an interesting time capsule because Heavy Metal Parking Lot is basically a short, like 20-minute something documentary that takes place in the parking lot of a Judas Priest concert, and it's just getting interviewed like the metalheads in the 80s and whatever. It's kind of funny because a lot of those metalheads from the 80s, they were born in the 60s probably, and then they've barely grown up to be, I don't know, conservative Trump voting assholes, because, that's just kind of the way things go. Like, the hippies of the 60s became the yuppies of the 80s. Like, everyone gets older and then they betray their ideals. But there's a lot of short films on here, including Heavy Metal Parking Lot. And I was interested in kind of watching a lot of them because they all seem... There's also, like, Neil Diamond Parking Lot to contrast, the 80s Karens who go to see Neil Diamond and probably enjoyed seeing him do blackface in the Jazz Singer remake in the 70s. But anyway, this is 2 discs. It's region-free. I do know this was limited edition. I think it may have been limited to like 3,000 or something, and there was not going to be a standard of it. But I don't think it's in danger of selling out anytime soon. But yeah, so on disc 1, there is Heavy Metal Parking Lot, Heavy Metal Basement, Heavy Metal Picnic, Neil Diamond Parking Lot, and Harry Potter Parking Lot. I believe that last one is from when they had these big release parties for the Harry Potter books when they came out, before J.K. Rowling came out as a horrible neoliberal turf, and nobody likes her anymore. And then for extras, there is more short films. Heavy Metal Parking Lot exhibit opening 2016, 30-year journey of a cult film sensation. Heavy Metal Parking Lot 35th anniversary Zoom party. Washington Capitals time capsule. Animated Heavy Metal Parking Lot. Heavy Metal Parking Lot Where Are They Now? Heavy Metal Parking Lot The Lost Footage. Last Days of the Capitol Center. And Return to Heavy Metal Basement. So, very much of the themed of that. And then disc 2, there is Ernest Borgnine on the Bus, which sounds funny. Girls on Film, I Created Lancelot Link, Invocation of My Demon, Bus Driver, King of Porn 2, Led Zeppelin Played Here, The Real Pinball Wizard, and then extras on disc 2, Scenes from the Last Drive-In, Led Zeppelin Treasure Chest, Punk and Tomatoes, and You Can't Take Pictures in Here. I don't know if Scenes from the Last Drive-In has anything to do with Joe Bob Briggs' Last Drive-In. But yeah, so, okay, so Heavy Metal Parking Lot itself from 1986 is only 17 minutes, but as you can tell from me reading this, this is a ton of different short films of that same variety and class, as well as anniversary shorts picking up on it, so I thought this would be a very interesting and fun time capsule, and I've heard nothing but good things about Heavy Metal Parking Lot, so got that. We got another partner label here. This is Heartbreakers from Fun CD Editions. This is the front of the slip, and this is the back of the slip. I think the only other Fun City edition I own is Alphabet City. And this is the front of the regular case, which looks like it's probably the theatrical poster. I believe this is not a coming-of-age movie, but I believe this is sort of one of those 80s dramedies, kind of like Diner and movies like that. That came out back then. They were aimed at like a slightly older audience. Well, I guess Diner was aimed at younger because those actors were young at the time. Maybe not aimed as old or as seriously as The Big Chill. But it was one of those kind of things. And I had it on my Letterboxd watch list because somebody had reviewed it and it sounded interesting. It may have been Justin Liberty, who works for Vinegar Syndrome and OCN and handles all the partner label titles. If you follow him on Letterboxd, he reviews a lot of movies. And sometimes some of the movies he's reviewing will later come out as partner labels. But you can't always judge by that because he watches a lot of fucking movies. More than I do, even. And I'm up to like 220-something for 2021, for 2022. I forgot what year it is. But yeah, this seemed interesting. So it's got Peter Pike Coyote, Nick Mancuso. Looks like it's kind of about not middle-aged guys, but like early 30s type guys. It's got a score by Tangerine Dream, which is always great. But it just seemed interesting. It just seemed like something that would be up my alley, and not something we'd associate with Vinegar Syndrome, which is why Fun CD Editions put it out. Anyway, this is restored in 2K from the 35mm Interpositive. There's a newly filmed video interview with the director Bobby Roth. There's a newly filmed video interview with Peter Coyote and Nick Mancuso. For some reason, I thought Peter Coyote had died. I guess he didn't. There's a video introduction with Bobby Roth. Image gallery, isolated music track. There's a booklet with new essays by DJ and journalist Margaret Barton Fumo and film historian Richard Harlan Smith. A newly recorded audio commentary by filmmaker Chris O'Neill and Bill Akerman of the Supporting Characters podcast. So, It looks like it's Region A locked. This is from 1984. And it's an MGM title. MGM's titles have been coming out from Fast and Furious, from Vinegar Syndrome, and the partner labels. And then we have... This is a hard case similar to Ticks that they released, and Miami Connection, I guess. Righting Wrongs. This is a Hong Kong martial arts film with Cynthia Rothrock. I think I've mentioned this in earlier unboxings. I'm not the biggest fan of martial arts movies or the Hong Kong film, except the Category 3 stuff is more up my alley because I like extreme gore stuff. But I have only heard good things about this movie, and especially because Vinegar Syndrome hasn't put out the best martial art movies. There's all those Jalal Merhi movies, TC-2000s with Billy Blanks, which was fucking terrible. And Martial Law 1 and 2 were okay, but those were kind of movies with Cynthia Rothrock where Cynthia Rothrock was not the star or the focus of the movies. And from what I hear, Righting Wrongs is definitely a film that is more of a kin with some of the better Cynthia Rothrock stuff. And she is an amazingly talented martial artist. But anyway, this is the front of the hard case, and this is the back of the hard case. And then we peel inside, and we've got... Oh, okay. So first we've got this pretty thick booklet. This is a booklet kind of the size that some of the VSUs have. So Beastmaster and Six String Samurai and Cloak and Dagger. And also, even though it's not a VSU, New York Ninja. So we got a pretty thick and chunky booklet here. Apparently it's also called Above the Law, by the way. But Righting Wrongs is there. So front cover of that, back cover of that. Does it say how many pages this thing is? No, but it's a pretty chunky booklet. So of a kin with the sizes of the ones I mentioned. And then as far as slipcovers go, this is the front of the slipcover, and this is the back of the slipcover. The back has definitely more action involved. Very nice slip. Letters are embossed there. And then we got the case. I believe this is in 4K, and I believe this is multiple discs. So this is Region A locked. So I know that there are 3 different versions of this movie on this disc. I believe there is the original Hong Kong version in Cantonese, and then there is the mainland China version in Mandarin, and then there is the American version. And I don't know if that's dubbed or subbed or whatnot. Yeah, even though I'm not a big fan of Hong Kong action movies, the fact that the fake Communist Party of China, the tanky Party of China, is encroaching on Hong Kong, and they might do things where they're taking away the freedom to view some of these movies and get some of the elements for these movies and everything. That makes me happy when they're still able to get these movies and get the rights to them and push them out. Because who knows, and China might end up fucking destroying the negatives of stuff like Ebola syndrome going on. But anyway, so this is a 3-disc set, and we have disc 1 has the original 96-minute Hong Kong cut, which is in Cantonese, English, and Mandarin language tracks, along with newly translated Cantonese to English subtitles, a brand new commentary track with Cynthia Rothrock, and an archival commentary track with Cynthia Rothrock. Say that 5 times fast. Also included on this disc are 25-minute... I'm glad that they're putting how long the extras are on the labels now, by the way. That's a great addition. Thank you, Vinegar Syndrome. 25-minute short, which is an interview with Cynthia Rothrock. A 35-minute interview with actress Karen Shepard. A 20-minute interview with Melvin Wong. A 20-minute interview with Peter Cunningham. A 17-minute archival interview with Yuan Bao? I guess that's the... Sorry if my pronunciation's horrible. A 13-minute archival interview with Cynthia Rothrock. A 19-minute archival interview with Peter Cunningham. Video essay and film historians, I guess they're all involved in there, Sam Deegan and Charles Perks. Cantonese and English trailers for Righting Wrongs and a photo gallery. Then disc 2 has the extended, and it says here, vastly different 100-minute Chinese cut so Chinese mainland cut, with a Mandarin language track, along with newly translated Mandarin to English subtitles, and a critical commentary track with martial arts film historian Mike Leader, historians, and Arnie Venema. Also included is the English-friendly 92-minute Above the Law cut. So that's the US cut, I believe. And then disc 3, I guess this isn't a 4K, I guess these are all just Blu-rays. So disc 3 has The Best of Martial Arts, a 91-minute documentary from 1990, hosted by John Saxon, the late John Saxon, late great John Saxon, and including footage and interviews with Cynthia Rothrock, Wen Bao, Karen Shepard, Jackie Chan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bruce Lee, and many more. Also included is the original theatrical trailer for The Best of Martial Arts. So a full-length documentary about martial arts from 1990, so it would include sort of the heyday of like 80s and 70s Hong Kong stuff. And then 3 cuts of the movie, Righting Wrongs, which apparently are very different, so... Because I don't always watch all of the alternate cuts to things when they come out, but if they're vastly different, maybe I will. But even though I'm not a huge martial arts fan, I have heard universally ubiquitous good things about this movie, so I will definitely be checking it out. Which version should I watch first? I don't know. I guess maybe the Hong Kong version, since that's the original one, but who knows. And I'll check out that documentary too, because there might be some stuff that actually appeals to me in there. That is Righting Wrongs. Again, probably wouldn't have picked it up if it wasn't part of the subscription, which that is the theme of July. But yeah. And then last but not least is a partner label that I picked up. It is Gaspar Noé's, is it Noé or no? Lux Aeterna. And this has a hard case with a Blu-ray in it. The Blu-ray itself has no slip, and then there is a booklet inside as well. But I love the back of this, which says, "Thank God I am an atheist." And by the way, the shirt I'm wearing right now is from Blackcraft Cult. Says "Fuck the Bible," as you can see. After the horrible Christian nationalist Supreme Court of the United States overturned Roe v. Wade, they put out this shirt. And all of the profits from it were going to be donated to Planned Parenthood, so I jumped on that because I hate religion, and I hate religion interfering with a government. And Gaspar Noé, I believe, is also an atheist. I'm not a huge fan of Noé's work in general. The only movie I've seen of his in theaters was Climax, and oddly enough, my opinion of Climax was that it was not fucked up enough. It wasn't as fucked up as I was hoping that movie would be. But I've also seen Irreversible. I've seen Love. I've seen parts of Enter the Void. I haven't seen the full Enter the Void. But generally, I like him as a visual stylist. I'm not always vibing with his work, but thought I'd give this one a shot. Especially because outside of Lux Aeterna, which is not even feature length, it's only a 51-minute movie, there was a bunch of short films in here that I was interested in looking at. But anyway, so here is the booklet of a weirdly soft material. It's a little bit smaller than the booklet for Righting Wrongs. Looks like it's a little shorter as well. And the writing in it is of much larger print, so less is in there. Yeah. It's also a French language quote from Dostoevsky, a Russian writer, so that's odd. But okay. So that's the booklet, and then there's no slipcover, just the hard case there, but this is what the cover of Lux Aeterna looks like. I believe this is what the cover of the Arrow release in the UK looks like. This is a Region A locked one. Arrow has a different release with different extras. That is Region B locked, I believe. I think this is also the theatrical poster, but this one comes to the US from Yellow Veil Pictures. I believe this is about, this is like a meta movie about the making of a movie, and it also involves like witchcraft and stuff. Based on the trailer, it could possibly give people seizures, but that's kind of par for the course for a lot of Noé's work. So, 2 discs. Disc 1, there's an introduction by Gaspar Noé. There is a commentary track from Gaspar Noé and Beatrice Dalle. There is a behind-the-scenes photo essay by Tom Kahn, or Can. There is a split-screen video essay, because Noé loves his split screens, by Chris O'Neill. There's an interview with Carl Glusman, a theatrical trailer, and theatrical teasers. And then disc 2 has Oh, this actually says how big the booklet is. It's a 60-page booklet. Doesn't look or feel like 60 pages, but it says it's there, so I assume it's right. Disc 2 has short films that supposedly inspired Lux Eterna. There is La Ricotta by Paolo Pasolini, the guy who directed Salo. The Flicker by Tony Conrad. Ray Gun Virus by Paul Scherritz? Sure. And Inauguration of the Pleasure Dome by Kenneth Anger. And then, yeah, that's it. There's also a reversible cover on here. So, 51 minutes. It's a short watch if I don't like it. This is probably what I'll watch first. It was very overpriced for what's essentially a short film and a bunch of other short films. But with the subscriber discount, it was more reasonable. Not sure if it's worth full price. I mean, you could also just buy the standard edition without the booklet and the case, but I really wanted the case for saying that. So that is what I got. So that was 3 regular titles, and then 3 partner labels, and that is the stack for July. So, housekeeping items. Still probably going to be very busy for at least the next 2 weeks with work and stuff that is part of the fallout of the bad stuff that happened at the beginning of July. Things may or may not slow down after that, where I'll be able to pump out a couple more videos that aren't just my monthly Vinegar Syndrome unboxing. And then things might get a little bit more busy toward the end of the year, especially October's looking very busy for me. And November, December, who the fuck knows. And it's not something. Basically, it'll slow down probably after the first 2 weeks of August, but I expect that there'll be a lot of busyness throughout the remainder of 2022, just based on work and other stuff that's going on in my life. Thank you for sticking with me. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that and when I do upload these videos, you won't miss them, all that good stuff. Follow me on Letterboxd. You can read all my reviews, because even though I may not be making that many videos, I'm still watching a fuckload of movies. I did take a little bit of break from watching movies when I was playing The Quarry for PS4. But otherwise, I'm still... Letterboxd says I average 7 movies a week that I watch, so go figure. And you can follow me on Twitter if you want more political, anti-religion shit. And, that will be twitter.com/David Leninhawk. And yeah, that's everything I got for now. So thank you for being patient with me as I've been too busy and everything to upload videos. And I'll talk to you next time.